part two to this is, how can I start to create safety within my body to feel good about the good and go for more? How can I start to connect with those inner parts? The most simplest way that you can start is by interacting with strangers when you go to a cafe or you go for a walk, and literally a simple thing as smiling, saying hello or good morning, or, if you go to a cafe, just having a chat and connecting with that person behind the counter and say, hey, how's your day going? And it's something that's so small and subtle, but it communicates to your body in a somatic way that it's safe to connect with the world. The second way is being in nature, being immersed in nature and just connecting with nature fully and immersed. The other way is actually practicing with people that you know and trust and love, and say, hey, I'm working towards building safety and connection within my body and others. If you want to go that far, depending on who the person is. The other option is obviously doing the nervous system work, doing nervous system regulation work. And that can vary in forms. And, I am trauma informed. I am not a somatic practitioner, but I do have connections of people that are somatic practitioners and can go really deep into that. If you want to know the basics, I can assist you with that. But if you want to go any further than that, you would have to hire a somatic practitioner. And please hire someone that has done the work, because if you work with someone who is not professionally trained, you can cause more trauma to yourself. The last thing that I want to say, a big question I get is, how did I end up this way anyway? The thing is, with parts work, there's a vulnerable part that they talk about, and there's, protector mode, if you will. And if those were not shown to you as a child, meaning your parent wasn't both of those, that's how this could come to play. I want to give you an example. So if you had a really loving and caring and kind parent, or both parents, but they didn't hold the line for you and they didn't stand up for you and they didn't fight for you, then you didn't learn how to be protective, right? And so then what happens is, when you go out into the world, you will be less likely to take risks in certain areas of life where they did not stand up for you, because you did not learn how to have a protective part of that. If you think of a bear, a mama bear and her cubs, right? Out in nature, the cubs learn to trust that it's safe to be and play and do in the world, because they know that mama bear has got their back. And what do I mean by that is, in nature, if a male bear comes around to a mama bear and her cubs, sorry, this may be a little bit gruesome, but they will try to kill the cubs so that they can mate with that mama bear. And so when that mama bear goes and ferociously attacks and protects her cubs, the cubs see that and they go, wow, that's awesome. Mama's got our back and we are protected. We can, take risk, all the things, because we are protected. They learned that behavior through actions, through seeing it and feeling it in their bodies. So if you didn't have that, you have to teach those inner parts of yourself to be that. And we need both, right? We can be one extreme or the other. We can be super protective of ourselves and overly protective because we weren't shown a healthy version of protective. And so then we don't let anyone in. We don't let anyone take control. We have full control. We don't surrender. And you need both. You need to know how to be the loving, kind, soft, surrendered, parent to yourself, and you need to know how to be the ferociously protective parent to yourself. And when you can give yourself both of those things, so much opens up to you, so much connection. And when you have deeper connection in your relationship, everything in your life changes for the better.